Talk Radio.
95.1 FM.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
This is Today. 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. This is the World News on your premium talk radio today, 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. And the headlines: President Bola Tinubu vows to end gender-based violence in Nigeria. Flood destroys properties worth millions of naira in Rumekini community in Obiakwa local government area of Rivers State. On the foreign scene, Britain's king officially hands over role of Colonel-in-Chief to Prince William. I am Lucky Maxwell. President Bola Tinubu has promised to put an end to gender-based violence and increase learning opportunities for girls in safe and conducive environment. President Tinubu made the promise during the launch of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development. We Are Equal campaign at the Old Banquet Hall Presidential Villa in Abuja. The president stressed the importance of education in empowering girls and promoting gender equality. While lauding the initiative of the OFLAD for the campaign launch, President Tinubu noted that it had been successfully launched in 15 other African countries. He commended the African First Ladies for their commitment to advancing gender equality and narrowing the gender gap in opportunities and appointments across Africa. The Chief Whip of the Senate, Senator Alin Dume, has commended President Bola Tinubu for suspending the 0.5% cybercrime levy that was earlier announced by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. Dume, who said the president's move does not come as a surprise, described him as a listening, responsive and reactive person who is concerned with the affairs of citizens. Recall that the cybersecurity levy is to be deducted from all electronic bank transactions, but the policy was met with fierce criticism from Nigerians. Speaking on the policy, the lawmaker said the law was hurriedly passed, thereby leading to an oversight of some crucial details. He also called on Nigerians to also look at the law and come up with possible implementable suggestions that will help fight cybercrime in the country. Members of the organized labor have rejected the appeal by the chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, Sanusi Garuba, to go back to the drawing board. Members of the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress today blocked the entrance of the headquarters of the Nigerian Electricity Distribution Company over Band A tariff hike. Garuba, while addressing the protesters at the NEC headquarters in Abuja, noted that the Commission would go back to the drawing board as regards some of the demands listed by the organized labor. The NEC announced the hike in the electricity tariff for Band A customers at a press briefing in Abuja on April 3, revealing that those affected would pay 225 naira per kilowatt of hour, up from the previous rate of 68 naira per kilowatt per hour. However, the House of Representatives, Organized Labor, the Nigerian Bar Association, Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, electricity consumers and civil society organizations demanded a reversal of the hike to the subsidy-era tariff. The House called on the NEC to suspend forthwith the implementation of the new electricity tariff nationwide. The Victor Jumbo-led Rivers State House of Assembly has screened and confirmed the commissioner nominee, Dagogo Iboroma, as member of the Rivers State Executive Council. Before reading the correspondence, Oku Jumbo commended Governor Simala Ifubara for providing an alternative venue for the House to conduct its legislative sitting, described the move to rebuild the chamber as swift and prompt.
Some hoodlums, miscreants, who do not mean well for our dear states and our people, set the hallowed chambers of the River State House of Assembly on fire, which caused a temporary setback in the performance of our legislative functions. His Excellency's intervention is indeed swift and timely, and we are grateful.
Following the pronouncement, the member representing Ahoda West constituency, Sokari Goodboy, moved the motion for that the auditorium of the Administrative Block Government House be adopted as the hallowed chamber of the Rivers State House of Assembly and was seconded by a member representing Opobo Nkoro constituency, Adolphus Orobianimiha. While also reading the correspondence from Governor Fubara, Okojombo said the governor requested that the nominee be screened and confirmed by lawmakers. It further divided the House through a voice vote, and all members present voted unanimously for confirmation of the nominee. Earlier, while fielding questions from lawmakers, the nominee, Dagugu Iboroma, assured of his commitment to the government and people of the state and urged all to be guided by the rule of law, which he said will always prevail.
I thank His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, for finding me worthy to be nominated as a commissioner into his cabinet. But I also want to state clearly and without any equivocation that I will uphold the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and ensure that at all times the rule of law is maintained.
Briefing newsmen shortly after the screening, Sokari, who said the House has fully resumed legislative sittings, also commended the governor for the provision of alternative venue.
Right now, we're back to continue with our legislative business. Firstly, we want to commend the governor for providing this alternative place for us, though it's our temporary place of sitting. And we are very sure, and we've seen what he has done in our original complex, which we used to use before, the Moscow Road. And we know too well that in no time, he will finish that place for us to go back. But for now, we are using here. So we commend the governor for this provision. The B50 place is a very good place. Today, it was just a simple thing for us. What we did today, just screening a commissioner. We know too well that there are vacancies in the executive arm of the government. And as a legislator, what we do most times is to assist the legislative in approval and making sure that they continue with their own business to benefit the people of Rivers State.
The Chief of Staff to the Rivers State Governor, Simlala Ifubara, Edison Ehie, has disclosed how he was offered money to impeach the governor. Ehie, however, disclosed that he refused to collect the money he was offered to impeach Governor Fubara. The Chief of Staff did not disclose the identities of those who offered him money. In 2023, the former Chief of Staff was declared wanted by the police in connection with the invasion of the State House of Assembly. In October 2023, an explosion rattled the State Assembly building amidst reports of lawmakers attempting to impeach Fubara. The Martin Amehule-led lawmakers had reportedly lodged criminal complaints against Ehie with the Rivers State Police Command regarding the invasion and arson of the Rivers State House of Assembly chambers by unidentified hoodlums. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. We'll be right back after the short break.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
Thanks for staying with us. Now the rest of the news. A Rivers State High Court sitting in Sakbenwa in Tai, local government area of Rivers State, has put to rest a controversy involving the rightful indigents of Ngo town in Andoni local government area, and also the issue of over 28 plots of disputed land in the area. Joseph Emenike and others who claim to be indigents of Egweke royal family in Okosu village in Ngo town had dragged Chief Uche Akwawo and others from Owule in Ngo town, as well as the member representing Andoni Opobo Nkoro Federal Constituency at the National Assembly, Awaji Nombek Abiante, to court over the rightful owner of the land. The claimant in the suit sought the court to issue an interlocutory injunction against the defendant and restrain them from interfering, selling, or gifting the said land. But the presiding judge, Justice Dakutima Kyo, in his judgment, dismissed the suit as abuse of court process and lack of jurisdiction, as well as vacated an earlier order restraining the defendant from gaining access to the disputed land. Today FM Uchende Joe reports that Justice Kyo, who also relied his judgment on an earlier judgment of the appeal and Supreme Court in the same subject matter, held that the claimant was not able to prove that either the appeal or Supreme Court validated them as the owners of the land and originator of Ngo town. Speaking to newsmen outside the courtroom, counsel to first and second defendants Friday, Ataise Eneawaji and Michael Aaron explained in details what the judgment means for their clients.
We are happy to have the judgment of the Honorable Justice Daketima Gabriel Pio of the High Court of Rivers State, Sakwenwa Division, over the land matter that was initiated by the Ngere family, who now style themselves as Egwu Okeke royal family. They are not a royal family. Judgment has been delivered that this suit, that is HSC-49/C-2023, is an abuse of the process of court because they already have a land matter at the customary court in Gotham, which has not been terminated with a motion for interlocutory injunction, which was dismissed against them. They did not appeal against it. They have not taken any step in that matter to get to the end of it, and they have come to the High Court here to fight this one.
The court has found that that land actually belongs to the first and second defendant family. The implication of this is that the third defendant and the company in charge of that project can actually go ahead and do the project for the betterment of the people of Andoni. It's a project that we are all happy for because we know the kind of development that project will bring to Andoni.
Counsel to the claimants declined comment on the judgment. Following the heavy downpour of rain today, flood has affected some parts of Rumekini town in Obiakpa local government area of River State, leading to the damage of properties worth millions of naira. The youth president of Rumekini, Amadi Jesse, who spoke to Today FM's Priye Zogo, blamed the flood on the construction of the flyover. Amadi claimed the drainages were blocked due to the ongoing construction work.
The whole of people's properties have damaged. Even the computer center close to that place, I wonder how the owner of that computer will feel. The whole computers in that business center have been destroyed. People, bed, televisions, a lot of property have been damaged because of Julius Berger block the drainage that is existing before this time. Then block it off and no provision for water to move. That is what caused these damages in Rumekini communities today in Romolo, precisely in Rumekini. Everything that is, if you get to that particular point, it will pity human being. That's how those people that have those property will feel. So I have feeling for them.
On their part, some residents called on the state government to address the situation and prevent such incidents from reoccurring in the future.
What happened today? No be smart thing. Both my boss, both 2 bags of rice, 2 bags of garri, small children cloth, everything, bed, newborn bed, water for carry am. Everything where I get, I no get anything again. All is 1 pot of soup where I cook, water full up. Now rain and they fly over. No road to water to pass. I don't have husband. I don't get husband. I'm a widow. Government go come pay me. That's what I know.
Properties where the flood that damaged the properties as a result of the downpour of today happened in my own compound, where several houses were flooded by water and properties worth millions of naira were damaged. Inhabitants of the houses are now stranded. I call on state government to instruct Julius Berger Nigeria Limited to do the needful by reopening the drainage system that has existed before the contract of this flyover.
On the foreign scene, Britain's King Charles III has officially handed over the role of Colonel-in-Chief of the Army Air Corps to Prince William. The head of state joined William at the Army Aviation Centre in Middle Wallop, southern England, appointing him Colonel-in-Chief of his younger son, Prince Harry's old regiment. The 75-year-old monarch's decision to hand the role, which he held for 32 years, to 41-year-old William was seen as a snub to Harry when it was announced last year. Harry is a former Army captain who served as an Apache helicopter pilot with the Army Air Corps in Afghanistan, but he has become estranged from his father and brother since leaving the royal family in the early 2020 and moving to the United States with his American wife Meghan. The king, who announced he had cancer in February and is receiving treatment, said the event was bittersweet, as it was a great joy to attend but sad to hand over the baton after 32 years. In sport, Ange Postecoglou says Tottenham will go all out to beat Manchester City tomorrow, even though it could open the door to beating North London rivals Arsenal to win the Premier League. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal are 1 point above City at the top of the table, but Pep Guardiola's team crucially have a game in hand. With Arsenal on 86 points, host Everton set to play their final match of the season, and City to play West Ham at home, it means if City wins its final 2 games, they will secure an unprecedented 4th consecutive English top-flight title. To end the news, here's a summary of the major stories. We told you that President Bola Tinubu has vowed to end gender-based violence in the country. You also heard that flood have destroyed properties worth millions of naira in Rumekini community in Obiakpa local government area of River State. On the foreign scene, you also heard that the Britain's king has officially handed over the role of the Colonel-in-Chief to Prince William. Stella Sasongu editor of the news. For comment and inquiries, please call 0818-389-2850. Send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. Read our stories on todayfmlive.com. Good evening. I am Lucky Maxwell.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid to explore endless opportunities. No matter what your dreams are, you can achieve it. And Top Tea will be with you every step of the way. Start your day with a flavorful cup of Top Tea. You are made for more. The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid.
Turn the dial and turn up the thrill. We are not in the same league. We are rewriting the rules. Here on Today 95.1 FM.
We talk, you listen.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Very good evening to each and every one of you out there. Welcome to Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on the radio. And the show is brought to you by MTN.
You're there among the people with their heart they do bing bing because their MTN line not they connect again. You know fit make call, you know fit receive call, even SMS, lie, you know fit receive shishi. Bank alatunko. All these things they happen to you because you don't link your NIN to your MTN line. But you fit unblock your MTN line today if you link them to your NIN. Just here is go any MTN store or agent way near you. But if you no come get your NIN unko, nothing spoil. Just rush go get them for any NIMC office way near you to collect your NIN. MTN. What will they do today?
All right, welcome back. Remember, it is still Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio, and it's brought to you by MTN. Let's get into the thick of the discussion as we start from the NFF, the Nigerian Football Federation, where the Nigerian Football Federation have officially unveiled the former Ajax star Finidi George as the new coach of the Super Eagles. The NFF announced the appointment of Finidi as Super Eagles coach 2 weeks ago, but they did not reveal the specifics of the deal. However, they made it official on Monday as they held an unveiling event to present Finidi as the new coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The former Ajax man signed his contract at the event where the president of the NFF, Ibrahim Gusau, and the sports minister, John Eno, were all present. Finidi will be assisted by his former Super Eagles teammate, Daniel Amokachi, and the former Shooting Stars player, Benjamin James, who is based in Germany. He will also have the services of Melmet Ostok, who will serve as an analyst. The Netherlands-based fitness trainer, Chima Onyeke, who has worked in Russia, Germany, and Greece, will also assist Finidi George. Meanwhile, Olatunji Barua will return as the goalkeeper trainer. All right, still talking players of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This time talking players of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Former Manchester City striker Kelechi Iheanacho has met with Aston Villa representatives ahead of a summer move to the Villas Park. Unai Emery's men have been exceptional in the English Premier League this season and have their gaze fixed on a place in next season's UEFA Champions League. Iheanacho's contract expires in June, and after rejecting a new contract with Leicester City, the Nigerian international is set to end his 7-year stint at the club. Aston Villa have held initial talks with the player ahead of a summer transfer swap, considering he won't be under contract for much longer, opening up the possibility of bringing him to the club as a free agent. All right, still with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and this time Victor Osimhen, French Ligue 1 champions Paris Saint-Germain have advanced in talks with Nigerian and Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. The 25-year-old has been linked with a move away from Italy with several top clubs queuing to have the Super Eagles striker don their jersey, but his release clause is proving to be a stumbling block. The clause is worth around 130 million euros, and the club's president Aurelio De Laurentiis is unwilling to listen to offers below the included price tag. The former Lille striker, who helped Napoli to their first Serie A title in over 3 decades, was unable to inspire the team to a defense of that title this season, and the striker is looking to move to bigger clubs once the transfer window opens. All right, now we head to the English Premier League, and this time Bournemouth, where Bournemouth manager Andoni Iraola has signed a new contract through to the end of the 2026 season. The Premier League club said on Monday the Spaniard signed a 2-year deal when he was hired last summer, and has gone on to lead Bournemouth to its highest point total in the Premier League with a game still to go. Now, quoting them, for me, it is a matter of renewing the confidence from both sides. This was Iraola speaking. We have had a good experience with our first season together in the Premier League, and I am happy that both sides want to continue the relationship further. Iraola replaced former manager Gary O'Neill last June and preserved the club's top-flight status despite failing to win any of his first 9 games in charge. Now, Bournemouth is 11th in the standings on 48 points. Its previous highest total was 46 points in the 2016-2017 season under former manager Eddie Howe. All right, now heading to Aston Villa again, where Aston Villa could be set to make a real statement this summer after it appears Unai Emery has won over the transfer director at the club in his pursuit of one man. The 1-0 defeat to Brighton and Hove Albion in between 2 losses to Olympiacos to knock them out of the Europa Conference League has left Aston Villa reeling somewhat, but they are still on the verge of creating history. They need 1 point from their final 2 Premier League outings against Liverpool and a trip to a rejuvenated Crystal Palace to ensure that they are playing Champions League football next season for the first time ever, while their status could be confirmed even if they lose both of their games should Tottenham lose to Manchester City on Tuesday evening. Now, it marks a drastic turnaround since Emery's arrival, which saw the club sitting 17th and only out of the relegation zone on goal difference. He has been rewarded with a new contract at Villa Park, which makes him the highest paid manager in their history, and there are high hopes of the future. All right, we'll talk Manchester City as Pep Guardiola tells Manchester City it is time to end their Tottenham Hotspur hoodoo. But we'll do that when we come back from this timeout. Let's go listen and hear some from our sponsors.
You're there among the people with their heart they do bing bing because their MTN line not they connect again. You know fit make call, you know fit receive call, even SMS, line, you know fit receive shishi. Bank alatunko. All these things they happen to you because you don't link your NIN to your MTN line. But you fit unblock your MTN line today if you link them to your NIN. Just here is go any MTN store or agent way near you. But if you no come get your NIN unko, nothing spoil. Just rush go get them for any NIMC office way near you to collect your NIN. MTN. What will they do today?
right, if you're just joining us, welcome. It is Soccer Nation, the best 50 minutes of football brought to you by MTN, and we continue from where we stopped. And it is Manchester City, where Pep Guardiola tells Manchester City it is time to end their Tottenham Hotspur hoodoo. The champions will surely have to win at Spurs for first time since a new stadium opened to keep their title dreams alive. Pep Guardiola has warned Manchester City to stay tense in order to move within touching distance of the Premier League history at Tottenham. City are 2 wins away from a record fourth straight Premier League title and will reach that unprecedented quartet with wins over Spurs and West Ham. Guardiola's men will take on Spurs in North London on Tuesday night, with the former Barcelona boss warning his players against taking their foot off the gas. City have fired 15 goals and leaked just 1 in their last 4 victories, and they can leapfrog leaders Arsenal to return to the top of the table with a win at Spurs. Guardiola's team are winless in the league at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium through, though failing even to score a goal in 4 top-flight losses, with 1 solitary victory coming in the FA Cup. All right, now we'll go to Manchester United, where Graham Souness has backed Wayne Rooney's assertion that some Manchester United players are feigning injury. The former United skipper's damning opinion preceded the Red Devils' defeat to Arsenal at Old Trafford. A first-half goal from Leandro Trossard was enough to secure a 1-0 victory for Mikel Arteta's Gunners, despite Erik ten Hag's sides playing better than they did in the 4-0 loss to Crystal Palace. United fans were left disappointed by their display against the Premier League leaders. During his guest appearance on Sky Sports coverage of the match, Rooney suggested many players of United's injury list would make themselves available if they were committed enough. Now, United's record goal scorer said, "We look at the injuries they've picked up. Some of those players can play. Some of those players can play 100%. All right, we'll go over to Spain, and this time Barcelona, where Xavi has reportedly instructed the Barcelona hierarchy to press ahead of the signing of an experienced midfielder this summer. The Catalan Giants have endured a mixed campaign during the 2023-2024 season, one which ended trophyless for them on the back of Real Madrid winning La Liga and exiting the Champions League at the quarter-final stage. Despite their disappointment, Barcelona were recently handed a boost when Xavi reversed his decision to resign from his role as head coach at the end of the season. That was on the back of a prolonged unbeaten run in Spain's top flight. Yet Barcelona have since lost 2 of their last 3 fixtures, suffering defeats to Real Madrid and Girona respectively. Although Barcelona are still favourites to finish as runners-up, there is a desire to make changes to the senior ranks in the 2024-2025 season. According to transfer experts Fabrizio Romano, Xavi has given the green light for Barcelona officials to try to wrap up the addition of Guido Rodriguez. The 30-year-old has continued to star for Real Betis this season, even though injuries have restricted him to 21 starts and 2 substitutes outing in the top flight. However, the Argentina international's contract will expire at the end of June, naturally leading to interest in his signature from numerous different teams. All right, we'll quickly go to Italy, and this time AS Roma, where in a matter of time Roma would announce Florence Ghisofli as their new head of football. He has informed Nice about his desire to move to the Italian capital and asked to be let go. His team probably won't stand in his way. The new executive will walk shoulder to shoulder with Daniel De Rossi. He has received reassurance about the project by owner Dan Fredking. The Giallorossi have a luminous settlement agreement to complete by June 30th. Ghisofli is set to bring some changes to the Roma side compared to Thiago Pinto's era. He will focus on signing youngsters who could potentially generate profits down the lines. A few veterans will be on their way out. Chris Smalling is among them after a challenging season injury-wise, even though he has another year on his contract. All right, let's go hear from our sponsors once more, and when we come back, we'll talk some more.
You're there among the people with their heart they do bing bing because their MTN line not they connect again. You know fit make call, you know fit receive call, even SMS, line, you know fit receive shishi. Bank alatunko. All this thing they happen to you because you don't link your NIN to your MTN line. But you fit unblock your MTN line today if you link them to your NIN. Just here is go any MTN store or agent way near you. But if you no come get your NIN unko, nothing spoil. Just rush go get them for any NIMC office way near you to collect your NIN. MTN. What will they do today?
All right, welcome back. It is still Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football brought to you by MTN. And this time we go to Portugal, and it is Sporting Lisbon, where Ruben Amorim admitted having doubt over his future at the Sporting Club de Portugal amid links to Liverpool. The Portuguese boss has been linked with top jobs at Manchester United, Chelsea and West Ham during his impressive tenure in Portugal. He has led Sporting to their second league title in 4 years. He had emerged as front runner to replace Johan Klopp after Xavi Alonso was initially the favourite to take on the role, but committed his future to current club Bayern Leverkusen. However, his playing philosophy is thought to be the reason behind Liverpool's decision to turn their focus to incoming manager and Slot. Amorim was also of interest to West Ham and held talks with the club in London last month, though later admitted that the timing of his trip was a mistake. The 39-year-old is also being linked with United as co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe considers making a change in manager this summer following Erik ten Hag's second disappointing season in charge. All right, we'll go to Scotland, and this time Rangers, where Felipe Clement anticipates a big rebuild at Rangers this summer as he once again bemoans a lengthy injury list. The girls were left 6 points behind the Cincha Premiership leaders and champions in waiting Celtic with a 2-1 defeat on Saturday, where midfielder John Lundstram was sent off. John Salter, Tom Lawrence and Judon Sterling sustained knocks at Celtic Park to join Conor Golson, Leon Balogun, Lundstram, Oscar Coates, Rabi Motonda, Abdallah Sima, Danilo and Bailey Rice on the unavailable list for Rangers' penultimate league game of the season against Dundee in Ibrox on Tuesday night. Rangers have suffered 3 defeats and a draw in 4 games this season against Celtic, and Clement was in charge of the most recent 3 and plays the Hobs in Scottish Cup finals on May 25th. All right, we'll head back to England, and this time Tottenham Hotspur, where Ange Postecoglou says Tottenham will go all out to beat Manchester City on Tuesday, even though it could open the door to bitter North London rivals Arsenal winning the Premier League. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal are on 1 point above City at the top of the table, but Pep Guardiola's team crucially have a game in hand. Arsenal on 86 points host Everton in their final match of the season on Sunday, while City plays West Ham at home. It means if City wins their final 2 games, they will secure an unprecedented 4th consecutive English top-flight title. Much of the talks ahead of Tuesday's game has centered around whether Tottenham fans will want their team to lose in order to deny Arsenal the chance to win the league for the first time in 20 years. But Spurs manager Postecoglou bristled at the notion that Spurs were focused on anything other than a win at his pre-match conference on Monday. Quoting him, "People are allowed to feel the way they do, but I think I've been really consistent and really strong in my belief that it's important for this football club to get to where we want to, not look for a silver bullet. It's hard work, perseverance and resilience. Its quality is what we need to get the desired results." The words of Ange Postecoglou. All right, so that's the much we can take on the show. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Osas Inhiwe, and the show is Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football brought to you by MTN. We will be back here tomorrow, same time, same dial, to bring to you amazing stories coming from the world of football. Until then, I'm saying stay lifted and stay blessed. Don't go nowhere. Keep it locked on Today95.1fm.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers. To those who are not afraid to explore endless opportunities. No matter what your dreams are, you can achieve it. And Top Tea will be with you every step of the way. Start your day with a flavorful cup of Top Tea. You are made for more. The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers. To those who are not afraid.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
You may not realize it, but do you know you can always show your love for others with simple gestures? Here are some of them. Always look for the good in people. There are two sides to every story. We have our good and bad sides. So, look for the good in people. Focus on people's potential. Everyone has potential. So, rather than put them down, help them realize it. Choose to love. If you're given an option between giving love and receiving love, choose giving because that is a more practical choice. Treat everyone as equals. This means letting go of all the prejudice and partiality. See people for who they really are, not their jobs, not their apparels or bank accounts. If everyone does this, then the world will be a better place. Love yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. So, before you try to love other people, love yourself first. Forgive. We all make mistakes. So, whether it's a family or a stranger, the best way of showing love is forgiveness. Everyone deserves a second chance. Show compassion. Care for other people. Care for what they are going through. Do what you can to help. Give back to the community. Remember that a single drop of water can cause countless ripples. That donation, no matter how small, can inspire others to do the same. Smile, even to strangers. Remember that you're never fully dressed without a smile. So, do not underestimate the power of a smile. Not only does it lighten up your face, it will also brighten up another person's day. Be the spark of positivity you want to see. When you smile, the whole world smiles with you. This message is brought to you by Today95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
365 days around the clock, around the world, non-stop talk, news, and sports. The latest hit and the greatest memories on radio, serving our community, spreading love and color, because we are Today 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
Turn the dial and turn up the thrill. We are not in the same league. We are rewriting the rules. Here on Today 95.1 FM.
We talk, you listen.
Every other day I organize. Ew. Because I wanna do polo. Then you go back to your polo. That could just say me, Jimmy Jala. Tell me at the sound for Camisoto. Ojo. Look to Papa. Say tonight for the club, you go down. Everybody at the park, the I want the car in position. I don't let anyone control. Anything I want to, I will do. I want the car in position. I don't let anyone control. Anything I want to, I will do. Every other day I organize. Some of us are wise. Every other messy otherwise. Opa, you want no badu. Opa, Sadiq. Agba badu. Opa, I'm a malababa. Osila badu.
Welcome on board. Organize your city, organize your government. Maybe that's what Simple Bar is doing. But let's leave politics. Now, what's on my mind? I don't know what's on Amaka's mind. She's with me tonight, this evening. Thank God she started with me, with the way the rain is falling. Yes.
What has the rain got to do with my presence?
No, a whole lot of things. It's not good for somebody to just stay like that. With the way this weather is.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
Really?
You need some closed door meetings. That's why when we're done, we'll do a closed door meeting. Sometimes when you hear that the president is having a closed door meeting with the Senate president and the Speaker of the House of Reps, there are things they will discuss. Media people will not know. When they come out, they'll tell you they are discussing how to improve Nigeria. It's a lie. They have discussed all the discussions inside. So you know what's on my mind?
What's on your mind?
Labour, was picketing offices of discourse. These are our PhD people. Other states have theirs.
Yeah.
But ours is PhD. They have been causing a whole lot of havoc.
Unfortunately.
They give you darkness and you pay for the darkness. I don't know about
so
you,
much
Amaka.
payment.
They bring bill. In my area, I've not had, if I put all the hours of electricity I've had for a month, I'm not sure if it's up to 24 hours. But as I speak now, I've paid bill.
For the month of, this month of May?
For April.
Okay, for April.
Yeah,
April. Okay.
I've paid.
Okay.
Now, I'm wondering, how will, it only happens in this black African country, where you pay for what you're not consuming. I'm wondering how people will have the heart not to give you deliver services, but to ask for money. Just imagine, Amaka, you visited a restaurant, you wanted to eat, and then they brought basin of water. You wanted to eat gari, they brought basin of water for you to wash. You washed your hand, you didn't see food. After staying there for like 30 minutes, you say, where's the food now? They say, bring money.
Pay before service.
No, not even pay before service. You have not even eaten. They said you have to pay that you have already that the
fact that you've washed your hands.
Exactly, that you have eaten.
Wow.
That's what PhD is doing. So, and I don't know why the NLC did not also visit their offices in Port Harcourt.
A lot of things are totally wrong in Nigeria. In my area, though, I think the life situation is a little bit fair, yes. And I think the estimated bill thing that they do is also terrible. However, my family house now, with the new prepaid meter situation and then the tariff plan now, which shoots over 300%. Now that is where people are complaining. So before now, ordinarily with a minimum amount of 1,000 naira, you're able to purchase units that would last you for a while at least, depending on your use. Yes, but now they are complaining so much because they're like, you should not even be recharging 1,000 naira because that's like, it's next to nothing. 1,000 naira cannot even take a family, or let's say a business place.
You won't be able to watch one movie. You can't even see just one movie.
It's crazy.
Before the end of the movie, before they say the end, or to God be the glory, that's for Nigeria. The thing will go off. It will just go off. It's terrible, though.
I think it's really terrible, and I don't know. I don't think the government has provided a perfect explanation. Honestly, I don't think it's anything that they will even say to Nigerians.
Amaka, let's go for a short break. Which government? Where is the government? We'll go for a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid to explore endless opportunities. No matter what your dreams are, you can achieve it. And Top Tea will be with you every step of the way. Start your day with a flavorful cup of Top Tea. You are made for more. The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Welcome back. It's What's on Your Mind. So start sending in your messages. You can also call in and tell us what's on your mind. All right? Would love to hear it from you. We have said us. I don't know if you're also experiencing the epileptic power supply. It looks as though it is even worse in Tinubu's administration. Yes.
When you're paying for what you're not using.
Exactly. The power situation became worse in Tinubu's administration.
I mean, with the hike in the tariff, it's just really crazy.
Well, all we've had in this administration is tax, and he said it widened the tax net.
To what end for Nigerians now?
Well, for Nigerians to become poorer and then let
and
the
that
rich
seems to be happening
richer.
really because people are living below the belt. Every other time there are complaints. So between Friday and Monday, I had to go to the bank because I had issues I needed to sort out and stuff. You need to see, so people ordinarily have issues here, and then the increase in the constant increase now in the prices of goods and services, they just drive people crazy. So every time somebody steps into the bank and then you're trying to sort out a problem, just knowing that you either do not have,
the banks themselves.
Honestly, knowing that you either do not have access to this money or there's something you need to do that involves you spending so much money on transportation or something you have to pay for, that is unnecessary most times. It's I don't know, it just, sets a person off. You need to see people weeping. No.
The banks are also co-conspirators of, the
it's a tragic situation, and people could keep
into
complaining because ordinarily, when you guys, have you had marketers talk to you about opening accounts with their banks before? You know how they are all, with their sugar-coated tongue. Let me say it the way they were saying it today.
Don't blame them. They are not the CEOs and the MDs
banks,
of these banks. It is the CEOs and the MDs that are conniving with the CBN that does not know their left from their right in ensuring that Nigerians go through more pains. Because I don't understand why I will do a transaction here now and it is easier for you to debit me and the money did not get to the recipient.
To the person,
and then you will now ask me, see where I stayed here, I did my transaction.
You have to
then
go
when
to
I
the
want
bank.
to recover my money, I will now pay transport fare to your bank. So you don't have a software that can resolve that thing and send me back my money.
You go to the bank, you queue up, you get to the customer service. You're either speaking English or they're speaking English for you, and then you're either, if you don't even stand your ground. Now, if you're somebody who does not know how to talk back, or if you're not firm, really, they just mess you up, and then you go back to square one.
It's a deliberate act by the banks, and I think
it can be frustrating.
Maybe when Nigerians start taking legal means to address these issues, or maybe picketing like the NLC is doing to the distribution companies, maybe the banks will sit up, because as far as I'm concerned, the CBN has not done enough. Rather, they are having a romantic relationship. So maybe somebody is gaining something from somewhere. That's why you see them attacking these fintech banks, because the fintechs have been able to
better.
They are doing better.
Honestly,
you transfer money now, the person gets it immediately.
Of light.
So how come the traditional banks that declare 300-400 billion naira profit every year does not have the money to bring in these good IT softwares to ensure we have smooth banking system? deliberate act. People are cashing out.
It's obviously deliberate at this point. My brother has been on my case. He's like, so open an account with this bank, open an account with this bank, because it's easier to make payments and for you to receive cash really with these banks. And I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to do things professionally. I want a situation where if I have any issue with the bank, I can just go straight to them knowing that. But then I realized that these fintech banks do not even have issues ordinarily.
No,
when you have
don't.
an issue, reach out to them on social media and they sort it out.
These other guys, you will have to rain down fire and brimstone before they will, attempt to. They are still holding.
Some branches even have terrible customer service.
I've even remembered one of these commercial bank. They are holding my 750 naira. I would have just said, let me just give it to the less privileged, since they are now less privileged. But because I have remembered, I will have to tap them up again.
I honestly said you were going to say 750,000 naira.
No, it's 750 naira. It's my money now. I'd rather dash it to someone by the street.
Collect it, because if you had to do a transaction without that money, that transaction will not even pull through.
Exactly.
So please demand for your money.
They will not say, oh, because you are a
loyal customer,
let's just dash you this one. No way. All right, join the conversation. 0810-9510951. 0817-000951. What's on your mind? Did the rain get to your end? Are you having electricity? You're having banking issue? What is paining you? Like Dino Melaye then was saying, no, it was Fayoshe, not Dino Melaye. I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Nigerian politicians can.
They are very dramatic.
They're dramatic. They can act Nollywood. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
Dr. Chris, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I think you are experienced to know what I just the first I'm feeling now. If I just finished speaking with the customer care service, I don't want to mention the name of the bank. I was there today. I rent started. Everything broke down. They couldn't even have the generators to run the service. We were there. The rent slapped us this morning. I don't want to mention the bank name. You can imagine that. Until I left there, angrily, the deduction made, the debit they've done for me, on my account, and I have not got them back. And worst of it all is, you go to this bank, you cannot get money from the ATM machine. What is the essence of this, the ATM machine? Recently now, when you want to make a withdrawal from POS guys, 10,000 naira, they want to collect 400 naira from you. When you ask them, they say they're buying this money. So what is the essence of the ATM machines in front of their bank? I don't know what is wrong with this country. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with CBN? Can't we make things work? What's the essence of building all those machines here and there and there? And you cannot go anytime and get money. What kind of government is this? The government is becoming more irresponsible than irresponsible people. Because government should be responsive and responsible to ensure the CBN should work the bank, ensure money is printed and is put in that machine. We're using naira to buy naira. MFLA is being held there now because of similar things. And the people holding him and doing almost the same thing MFLA group we are doing there. You understand? Pastor, when last did you withdraw money from ATM?
It's been long, though. It's much more than a year.
Sorry?
I said it's much more than a year. It's been long. Hello, Dr. Chris.
All right, Maxwell, I can't hear you very well. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's the country we are. Even network is also a wala. Network, the money, and some of the bank managers, they have POS everywhere. So it's deliberate. Don't give them cash. Let the few. What we are using now.
POS vendors were saying that they were buying money from banks during the cashless policy period. Who was selling the money?
It was the bank people. What we're using now is a few cash we have within the system.
Right.
No new
currency.
New
notes have not been printed.
Yes. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Welcome. Go ahead.
My name is Precious.
Yes, please.
I'm calling Stockport. Based on the issue we are talking about, the POS issue, it's passing through such a thing. especially since last week, and I don't came back from bank today. So what you are saying is not a lie.
Thank you very much for your time. Good evening. All right, feel free also to send in a message. You have just a few minutes for this particular segment. We'll be wrapping up to go for the area talk. Join the conversation. 08109510955. And what's on your mind? Hike in electricity tariff. You're paying for darkness. And people are commending people. Politicians are busy dragging for structure and space instead of them to look for a way to solve Nigeria's problem. And I tell people, let me use the family as an example. If you fail to organize your family, that's why I had to play that song. If you fail to organize your family, you will reap. The family will turn against you one day. So politicians, governors, ministers, the president should organize this country, because it is getting to that point where people will say enough is enough. Yeah. You can't live in a country where for you to do transaction is a problem, to get network is a problem, water,
everything,
more, electricity.
It's like the entire system is frustrating.
Yes, good evening. I'm so sorry. That's what we're talking about, network issue. And God has created electromagnetic wave for everybody. Oyibo people are using it well. We have refused to use it.
We are
electromagnetic wave is there. It's for everybody. God didn't, and funny enough, God didn't sell it. It's free.
It's free to air.
Yeah, just put in your equipment and then get it. Yes, good evening.
Hello, Master.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening. I'm enjoying your program.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
You know what is on ground. My name is AG. I see if you know what I've been experiencing. If I would not want to mention the name of the bank, but just permit me to say this. It's just a 3-letter bank. It starts with E. For almost more than a month, I transferred just 5,000 naira to a friend. And almost 2 weeks ago, I went there, lodged the complaint. They told me it was going to take 7 working days. And this is even the second time I'm lodging the complaint. Because of the crowd there, the customer care person I met said he was going to get back to me. I'm still waiting for his call now. And this is the country we have. We will not stop praying for Nigeria now. God will help us. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, it will be time for Area Talk. Stay with us.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid to explore endless opportunities. No matter what your dreams are, you can achieve it. And Top Tea will be with you every step of the way. Start your day with a flavorful cup of Top Tea. You are made for more. The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid.
Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM. Search for your next dial.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Today's news in 60. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has advised the federal government to remove petrol and electricity subsidies once the Social Protection Scheme and inflation subsides. The Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress have shut down all Abuja Electricity Distribution Company offices to demand the reversal of the electricity tariff hike. The Nigeria Customs Service, NCS, have signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with the General Administration of Customs of the People's Republic of China to foster bilateral relationship and enhance economic growth. According to data on the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN website, Nigeria experienced a 6.28% decrease in its total direct foreign exchange remittances in the first quarter of 2024, amounting to $282.6 million. On the foreign scene, Sweet Green shares surged nearly 34% over the weekend after the company topped Wall Street's revenue expectations for the fiscal first quarter and raised its full-year forecast.
Today's news in 60. Turn the dial and turn up the thrill. We are not in the same league. We are rewriting the rules. Here on Today 95.1 FM.
We talk, you listen.
You the land of Oibo, baby, come back here. I give your papa my money, I give your mama my promise. I'm coming before the day go break. You the over the Oibo, pick on the baby Natasha. Now only picture I see, baby, come back to me. I give your papa my money, I tell your mama I'm coming. Nothing fit distract me for Lagos. For January, I give you my money. Ego Ibo, hey, Ego Ibo. For February, I put you my baby. Ejima, oh, Ejima. I did rush, my blood they hot, did you come? Okadipo, 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 Okadipo. Okadipo, 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 Okadipo. Don't tell me say the people what they do I wanna Ghana. Got a pretty Havana. I wanna give a queen of my kingdom come. Queen of my kingdom come. Nothing fit distract me for Lagos. For January, I give you my money. Ego Ibo, Ego Ibo, hey, Ego Ibo. For February, I put you my baby. Ejima, Ejima. I did rush, my blood they hot, did you come? Okadipo, 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 Okadipo. Okadipo, 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 Okadipo.
What do you love listening to? What's your style? What's your choice? What do you yearn for? So we've got great talk, amazing conversations, entertainment, sports, and lifestyle. So tune in to Today 95.1 FM. We're talking because we are the voice of the people. The voice of the people.
right, thank you for joining us. It's time for Area Talk, and today we're going to be looking at the flooding presently in River State, but special focus on the Mpolurumigbo community. The youth president, Comrade Chamberlain, is on his way. He will be right here to tell us what they are suffering and how the government can come to their rescue. But we also had similar experience. Where? At Rumekini. Now, the complaint is that the construction of the ring road had caused a lot of problem. The drainages that were there before, what happened? Julius Biaja had to cover them. There was no alternative. I'm still wondering if this company is Julius Biaja that I know. So they complained that those drainages were blocked, and that's the reason why there was flooding and a lot of properties were damaged. I have always shouted and preached that government, the reason why we have government is to make the lives of the people better and not to push the lives of the people into more poverty. But let's look at communities that have been flooded this period with the rains yesterday and that of today. We talked about drainages that were blocked, which is the responsibility of the occupants of those environments to clean their drainages. If they did not clean their drainages, it is their fault. Then we talked about canals like the Ntawoba and other canals, which is the responsibility of the government to ensure that those canals are cleaned. However, some people will say, oh, in the state, we've been having political war or political whatever. And that's why I've always said it, on both parties, all these wars that they are fighting, is it in the interest of the people? Because I don't care about any war that you're fighting. All I care about is my safety, the safety of the people. If people are elected into positions of trust, whether by hook or crook they got there, it is expedient that at least they should have some form of humanity. Somebody said when there was fire, the fire incident that took place at Ileme, Akpajo area, that none of these guys went there. Only the governor went there. None of these guys went there to commiserate with the people, to look for ways to also cushion the effect of what people have lost. But that's just by the way. Now, talking about the issue of flooding, the canals are blocked. They need desilting. They need to be cleared, and that is the responsibility of government. Coming to work, if you check the East-West Road, on both, almost on the right-hand side, if you're going towards the Obirikore axis, you will see flood. Why? The drainages are blocked. Now, people who have businesses and houses within those areas, why haven't they contracted people, if they cannot do it, contracted people to clean up those drainages? Why? Because our own self, they are our body. Let me put it that way, like Timaya sang in one of his songs. The government is busy doing their own and behaving irresponsible, but the people, the people are also behaving in an irresponsible manner. There are certain things we ought to do for ourselves, but we will not do it. Let's do ours and probably wait for government to do theirs. Then if government refuses to do theirs, we can now hold them accountable. Now the rains have started, and once it starts, it has started. It can't go back. It means we're going to have this period. Oh, government should come to our aid. Properties worth millions of naira. Although the one that happened at Rumekini is a different matter. That's, that one was caused by the company. But I'm talking about areas where drainages have been blocked. Go to some areas. There are gutters, and of course the gutters are very small. Most of the gutters built by NDDC are small gutters. Small. They collect big money, but they build small gutter. Small. Let me use the normal language we use, because that one I can't call it drainage. Let me call it gutter. A child can go in there and come out. That's what NDDC builds with all the money since inception. Over 7 or 8 trillion have come into NDDC. You can't visibly see what they have done with it. Check all the roads built by NDDC. They are, whitewash road, whitewash and small gutter, small gutter. That's what they do. Now, yes, the drainages are small, or gutters, you want to put it. Clean it now, residents will not do it. You're waiting for government to come on. Now, the ones that probably, force themselves to clean those drainages, they put the debris by the side of the gutter, and then instead of them to also get someone, if they can't do it, pay someone to come and clear those debris. They'll leave it there, so the debris will go back into the gutter. So if you check some of the gutters around on your street and everywhere, you see that they are all blocked with sand, with all manner of plastics and what have you. And because you have sand there, grasses will start growing. So when the rain falls, where do you expect the water to go to? Now, for the people of Mpolo Rumigbo, what they have been suffering is something that probably would have been solved by government. According to them, it wasn't like that before. The youth president was here, I think, 2 weeks ago, thereabout. He explained how they got to that point. Now, some people also built houses and blocked the natural course of water. So when rain falls, where do you expect the water to go to? Another thing is, when they started building those houses, who gave the approval? Now, if the rains continue, including GRA, you will see that we'll have all manner of flooding. Yet, a certain administration was busy building flyovers and did not attempt to solve this problem. You see, I've always said it. I've shifted from human beings now. I've gone to, the residents. I've gone to government. Governance is not sharing of money and drinking of wine. What governance is to solve problem. Unfortunately, what we have in Nigeria is people who come together to share the loot, to share the wealth of the nation, from the local level to the federal level. People come in wretched, go back wealthy. So they don't solve problems. Rather, they even create more problems. Check every governor. Now, I challenge anyone to tell me which governor has ever come up to solve problems. When I mean solve problems, I mean solve health problems, education problem, environmental problem. Don't also forget that there's what you call ecological fund that is given to governors every month. Ecological funds come into their account every month. Have they ever given account of those funds? That money, what was it meant for? To solve problems like this. You look at an area where there's flooding. What is the problem? You bring in professionals. If you go to Uniport and River State University, you will see professionals who will come, look at the terrain of the area, solve the problem. If there's need for you to break some houses, you break those houses. And then you channel the water to where... And drainage system, drainage engineering is one of the easiest engineering so far, if you bring in the professionals. So my question is, in the past administration, we have been experiencing flooding in River State. Did they solve the problem? Why didn't they solve it? Why were they so interested in building flyovers and even causing more problems? For instance, the flyover at location, people have been complaining that since they finished it, they started having issues. So, in quote, you want to solve a particular problem of traffic, but you now create more. So what has the government been doing with the ecological fund? All the canals that are blocked, who will go and clear them? Is it me? Is it my responsibility? Is it the responsibility of the residents? Their own responsibility to clear those small gutters. Some of them built by entities. Some of them also built by state government. State government now builds small gutters, small gutter. Because some of the roads that were even commissioned, that will also be commissioned in this administration, which is, of course, a spillover. You will see, check, when the camera will go, down to view those roads, you will see that the gutters are small, very small. That's not a drainage. So if that is the case, how do we even solve this flood issue in Port Harcourt and Obiakpo? Because we can't stop the rain from falling. God has programmed it. There's rainy season, there's dry season. There's nothing you can do about it. Your own job is to prepare yourself. When this thing starts, where are we going to channel all this water? What are the issues? You bring in the engineers. They look at the topography. They look at that's during the dry season, they look at, then you mandate the residents to ensure they clean their own drainages. Monthly sanitation is done. You have trucks that will clear those debris after the sanitation and send them somewhere. And then you clean all those canals. You clean them. Connect whatever you need to connect. Break the houses you need to break, because we can't continue like this. Around Ogbogro leading to the Ozoba Junction, while they were trying to break some houses and shops because of the ring road, I noticed a particular house. They did not touch it. Rather, they extended the other end. Why? That house belongs to one of them. You see the problem we have? So you might even be shocked that some of the houses that were built on waterways were built by one of them. When I mean one of them, the politicians. So I am a friend to Sim Fubara. So if the waterway is this place now, I will just go there, acquire the land, nothing will happen, build the house. The local government cannot do anything because Sim Fubara is my friend. I am in his government. So I'll build the house. Then tomorrow, the whole residents within this area will start experiencing flooding as a result of my action. How can we solve this problem? It has started. Will the government, that's the governor, trying to set up his government now, will he leave that and then come and attend to this problem? He has to attend to it. He doesn't need to be there. All he needs to do is just take a tour and then assemble the engineers. You must not have a commissioner for, environment or works. Before you do that, you can use the PAMSEC. So bring the professionals. Go to the Ministry of Works. They are there. There are men and women who are, drainage engineers in Uniport, in UST. Bring them together. Let them check these areas. And then work starts. And then you pay, so that people can have peace. Now, the people who even lost their valuables at the Rumekini area as a result of the action of that particular company, who will pay for that? Who will pay for that? Let me even play the insert.
The whole of people properties have damaged. Even a computer center close to that place, I wonder how the owner of that computer will feel. The whole computers in that business center have been destroyed. People, bed, televisions, a lot of property have been damaged because of Julius Berger block the drainage that is existing before this time. Then block it off and no provision for water to move. That is what caused these damages in Rumekini communities. Today in Romolo, precisely in Rumekini, everything that is, if you get to that particular point, it will pity human being. That's how those people that have those property will feel. So I have feeling for them.
Wetin happen today no be small thing. Both my boss, both 2 bag of rice, 2 bag of garri, small children cloth, everything, bed, newborn bed, water for carry am. Everything wey I get, I no get anything again. All wrapper is 1 pot of soup wey I cook, water full am. Na rain and they fly over. No road to water to pass. I don't have husband, I no get husband, I'm a widow. Government go come pay me. That's what I know.
Properties where the flood that damaged the properties as a result of the downpour of today happened in my own compound where several houses were flooded by water and properties worth millions of naira were damaged. Inhabitants of the houses are now stranded. So I call on state government to instruct Julius Berger Nigeria Limited to do the needful by reopening the drainage system that has existed before the contract of this flyover.
Now, did you hear that widow? Bag of rice, Gary. That is very expensive now. Gary is now expensive. Oh, you don't know. A bag of Gary is now 100,000 plus. A basin is going to about 20,000. Rubber of Gary is now, that's custard rubber of Gary is now, I think about 3,000 plus, about 3.7 or thereabout, about 3.5, 3.7 there, depending on the type. But that's just by the way. So you heard what that widow said. Are we going to continue like this? Because more people will complain. A lot of people will lose more properties if they are resident within flood-prone areas. What is the essence of government? Is to ensure that they solve problems so it doesn't happen in the first place. Now, this is not caused by Cameroon Dam or whatever. This is just the few rain, we're experiencing within town. Let me open the phone lines. We're still expecting Comrade Chamberlain. Of course, he will also give us his own side of the story, what happened at Bolu. Their own problem is even peculiar. It's a peculiar one. So, of course, he will come and speak and ask the government. He has been asking the government to come to their aid to solve their problem. But their own case is peculiar. Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Lucky Maxwell.
Welcome, sir.
You had the effects of those voices you played. You imagine those reactions. It's River State government telling me that Julius Berger did not carry out EIA, environmental impact assessment, before the construction. If the stories we are hearing that Julius Berger even blocked the existing drainage before they are carrying out that construction is correct. For me, I doubt that information is not correct. But without conceding, don't they know that there will be rainfall? You not carry out soil tests? How did they come about to start constructing that road? That is why I get mad each time anybody tells me Julius Berger is the best construction company. They're not even the 5th best in Germany, where they come from. Look at the flyovers, overhead bridges that were built by the former administration. Look at. Go to Rumokoro. You can't pass through. Imagine that widow. I'm calling on the government of River State to take responsibility and attend to that damage they have caused to those households. Good evening.
Thank you, Robert Maja. 0810-9510-951. Please also call in and tell us what's happening in your own community or in your own area. Are you experiencing flooding? What do you think is the cause? Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Everett. I'm calling from Cuba.
Yes, please.
Thank you. See that flyover and that room was where you lost Berger. Right, the first time where they want to start that project. They did not inform us. They did not put any information or any substitute road. Just took us by unaware. I was trapped down in that road for more than 4 hours. Nobody get any idea because no sign of any kind. We just drive through. Before we know, they are being trapped in. And they are starting another one again. I don't know what are they hurrying for. Whether they hurry so that River State will will not collect the contract from them and give to another person. Just like the last caller said, this is not Julius Berger where we hear before. I don't know, because now they are being handed over to the blacks. But at least we should know the rules and regulation of the company working roads. Imagine how they just go spoil that road in short. Oh, it's terrible. If you enter that community, you pity them. But let government do something. But let government warn them. I don't know whether they don't have the rules and regulations. Government will not give you the rules how they will do this road. Just enter a community and I just scatter everything. Yesterday I entered that road and was blocked. Oh God, it's terrible. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Sending your messages to 0701 9339 962. Good evening. Welcome. Yes, Reginald, go ahead.
Yeah. It's quite unfortunate what you are discussing over the issue of flooding in River State. I think it's not only the people of only the people within Port Harcourt or the Port that is suffering the flood issue. I think people within the rural areas too are also going through this type of situation. I would have been suffering like last year. I think my area, my street here suffered a lot of flooding. I've been suffering it, but thank God that we were able to come together and put off some plans to drag the road and then pour some sand. It's much longer that we can be able to manage it this year. But that ought to be the duty of the government to fix these roads. But unfortunately, cries upon cries that the people are crying on a daily basis are brought to death here. It's quite unfortunate. Mr. Maswell, let me say it very loud and clear. What the people of Eke will go through this year as a result of flooding will be unimaginable. Especially those living within the rural areas that does not even have roads. The local government chairman, they call the local government, they are free to me. Particularly, I don't believe that
thank you, Reginald.
Has anything for local government. Otherwise, the grading of this road, local government would have been...
Don't worry, Reginald, you will come back around 8. We'll discuss in detail.
Okay. So, finally, let me say here that River State government...
Hello? So sorry, but you will come back around 8. We have Comrade Chamberlain joining us on the program. Good to have you, sir. Welcome.
Yeah.
He's the youth president of Mkpolorumigbo. Thank you for joining us. Have they started installing, let me start with that. Have they started installing street lights within your area? The NDTC, have they started installing street lights? As a solar light.
Okay.
On my street, they've installed, so I give them pass mark.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Comrade Onda Chamberlain. I'm the youth president of Mkpolorumigbo. It's just like what you rightly asked. Issue of street light, which is Operation Light Up River State, as the case may be. So, by the special grace of God, I think recently the NDDC came up that they want to light up Mkpolorumigbo community.
Okay.
And not only that one, they also went ahead and tried for remembering Mbulu people this time around for us to get the benefit of NDDC. I will also thank him at the same vein. Who say that you should also try and see how you can bring Mbulu to a limelight by making sure that NDDC look into the road of Mbulu. Okay. Which by grace of God, we are expecting something in less than no time.
But looking at the road, the drainage issue will have to be sorted out. That's the flood issue.
Yeah.
Must be sorted out.
Yeah.
And did you speak to him about that particular area? That, you know, each time it rains, because the rains are here, you will experience flooding. And businesses will be hampered.
Yeah.
Did you speak to him, in that regard?
Like my own person, I would never talk anything that has to do with development of my community without mentioning road. Because road is one of the major problems Bolu people are facing. To be honest with you, yes, we know that social amenities or infrastructural development is of different categories, but there must be the one that is affecting everybody, and which is the road. So I also told him about the road, that since you're bringing street light to Mbulu and also giving Mbulu a standard town hall, that it will be also good for him to help us, because we are pleading. All this thing we are saying, even when we want to address the state government, is pleading. We are not forcing anybody. I don't know if we are on our knee pleading.
Okay, you are the one pleading. Yeah. Me, I will not plead because I'm on this other side.
Okay.
I'm speaking for the people.
No,
it's the responsibility of the state government to come and fix your area, to ensure that flood issue. The last time we spoke, you said something very striking. You said, if need be, if they will need to break some houses, you say you don't have any issue.
Of course. Okay, but let me just go there now. Do you know that even the NDDC contract that they brought, lighting Bolu street light and the town hall, that we did not collect anything like conceptual rights.
Okay, they just came, they started working.
They came, they met with the people, not collecting any right from them, they started working. The reason is because I told you here the last time I came here, that issue that has to do with bring this, bring that to settle community, that era has gone.
Okay.
What we need is development. Since we need development, because I believe if you want change, you first change yourself.
Exactly.
The brandment starts from you. So Bolu people, they are a brand. We are not saying that any government that will come for development, we are not collecting them. We are not collecting anything. Okay. What we need is dividends of democracy. What we need is enabling environment that will bring development. And we are 50% sure, we are 100% sure that any government that want to come for development, Mbolu people, they are ready to work with them 100%. I don't know if you're getting me. So apart from this,
yes, go ahead.
Let's go down to the issue of the road. When the NDDC rep came, I also told him in person that please thank God for remembering Mbolu people, because Mbolu is not the only community in Niger Delta, but today, because of his position, NDDC rep, he's from our community. He remembered us. We thank him so much. The elders thank him, the chief thank him, you thank him, CDC thank him. But at the same vein, I try to draw his attention that please, since you're bringing light, which is a welcome development, and also a town hall to our community, please, we also like you to put eye in the issue of the road. Okay. Even when we know that it is a state road, but at least if there should be a mutual understanding between government, River State, and they can do the road. I don't know if you're getting me. So we also played there, which he told us that he will put it. He will see what he will do about it.
Okay.
I don't know if you're getting me, because he was specific that he will have to apply, because it's a process now, that if it is granted once, that he will come. And I was happy with what he answered us.
Okay, but I also want you to use this opportunity to speak to the state government. Let's assume that, NDDC wants to fix some of the roads. You also have flood issues as a result of past bad planning of the system. The state government can also come in, right?
Yeah, of course. Today, there was a heavy rain, and the rain today is not that much. But if you go to Mbulu today, it's nothing to write home about. Every place is flooded. As a matter of fact, the moment the rain started falling, all the business owners there, the shop closed down. Total closed down, because it's a situation whereby you're selling a product and there is no place where they can pass to buy the product. Definitely, it is as good as you're not selling. I don't know if you're getting me. And as I'm talking to you now, some of those buildings there, the thing is really affecting the buildings there. They are not all that, the foundation is not that strong again. Because of the constant flooding, it will affect the foundation of the building. Before you know, it can cause a kind of it will fall in less than no time. And if the building falls, you know what it will cause to human. I don't know if you're getting me. So we are trying to call on the attention of River State government. We are trying to call on the governor. Since we believe that the government, they are the one that will provide us the dividends of democracy. We are calling the government of River State, since the governor have been agitating on bringing infrastructure to the doorstep of the people, that he should come to look at Mpolu Road. Mpolu Road is not hidden. On a more serious note, I want to tell you that since Mpolu Road is being affected, in less than no time, the federal road will be affected. As a matter of fact, anytime it rains, that federal road will be blocked. What I'm saying is that it will start from that, as if you're going to Apana Community School, as if you're going to UD. All those places will be blocked. You can see flood. If you have not been to River State and you pass there, you ask yourself, is people living here? I don't know if you're getting me. And sometimes I ask myself, the essence why we elected them is based on their manifestos. But later on, you find out that they don't give us the dividends of democracy they promise. To be honest with you, because looking at Mpolu is not a hidden place. Mpolu is in Obiakpo. Obiakpo is a developed place. It's a developed local government. Mpolu, just look at Mpolu, look at Mokoro. I don't know if you're getting me. And as population keeps increasing, what they do is that people will be coming out, like from Mokoro, people will be stepping down to Mpolu, as a result of development. But look at how Mpolu Road is. For over 15 years, this road have not been. As in, no, apart from the one Wike did when he entered office, Operation Patch Zero Pothole. Nobody have come.
That
here.
was just like a remedial work.
It was a remedial work. Now he did it in 3 months. This thing when he entered, we benefited from it. But you and I know that sustainability, that is what you are talking about. If you want a road, yes, someone can give you road. If there is no good drainage, it's as if that they do not give you road. Yes, because if you ask me for that flooding. That flooding to that extent of flooding in Mpolu, it means that there must be a way whereby there must be a blockage of
there's no free flow
of water. So if a government that want to really work for the people that voted them, they will now sit down because they have expatriate, they have professional engineers. They will sit down and find a lasting solution to this flood issue. Just look at Mpolu. Mpolu is not other big that state government cannot come and work. So please, we are asking, we are begging, we are not forcing anybody. We don't have the power to force anybody. But what we are asking is this, that Mpolu people, we are suffering. The people living in Mpolu is in danger to diseases because of stagnant water. The people living in Mpolu, the economic of the community is nothing to write home about. The people living in Mpolu, even inside Mpolu, the flood is affecting them. Because the moment it rains, you cannot enter your house again. Even when you're not living at the junction. Because the water flows from Romawolo to Mpolu, from to the T junction, whereby it will just remain because there is no any place is going, and by so doing it will be destroying structure that people spent money on. People spent money to build. By so doing it will be causing a lot of diseases that is spread as a result of stagnant water. So we are calling this present government, please come and look into this issue. Come and give us road. You understand? Come and give us road. What a common man or common masses want is infrastructural development. There is no time I will be asking that they should come and give me money. No, what I need is good roads. You know what I'm saying? Constant electricity, security. But the major paramount one that is affecting the people is the road. They should fix the road for us. They should come and fix the road. You understand? I'm not a regular customer in radio station for over how many as a result of this road. Please, I'm asking. I'm just a youth president, but I see that if they fix this road, it will help the economic of the community. Yes, because as I'm talking to you now, the rate of money they collect in 1-bedroom flat in Mpolu is lesser than what they are taking in Rumosi, remaking. I don't know if you're getting me. As a result of bad road, because nobody that will come to Mpolu during this rainy season and buy land or come and build or to come and rent house, he will prefer to go to another place. So please, This River State governor should come and help us. This Mbolu Road is really, really, really bad. It's really bad. And sometimes when I come out like this, when it rains, I start crying. You understand? As a leader, because look at where I'm living, and this is not a place that is hidden. It is an eyesore. I don't know if you're getting me. And know how you will travel around River State that you will not pass Mbolu, because it's from here to Choba, you know. Rumokoro, you must. I don't know if you're getting me. Even the governor knows what I'm talking about, because one way or the other, he might have passed that place, even though not inside the community, but at least going to Rumokoro or going to Choba to Baya. You know those guys. You must pass in Polo Road. And as the rain, because the way it's affecting us, that is way it's affecting Obiwali Road. I don't know if you're getting me. And it's not too much something to do. Yes, since you have a team of engineers, they are professionals. They will sit down and look at this place. Maybe come during the rainy season. Look at how the flood is. Then they will find alternative. They will find a permanent solution to this challenge.
Do you think it will be appropriate also for your Council of Chiefs, the paramount rulers, to maybe come together, pay a visit to the governor? Okay. Let me just flash you back. Mbolu Road, as a result of my own awareness, we went for non-violent protests. We protested about 6 years ago, which led to killing of our boy, Alerichi Woku. The protest was a non-violent protest, organized, informed the police, the security agencies. As I'm talking to you, the local government chairman then, Solomon Eke, was present. What are we agitating is that they should come and see our road. They should listen to our cry, even when our son have gone for it. Up to date, nobody have cared to come and walk our road. Nobody. Since then, the reason why I'm trying to draw you back is because you're talking about our chiefs, meaning that our chiefs, they are also participated. They have also aired out the issue affecting us one way or the other. We have written severally to agencies concerning this road. As I'm talking to you now, we are preparing a paper again to write to Minister of Works. I don't know if you're getting me. There was a time the agitation was very high. What federal government came, the agitation drew the attention. Godswill
Akpabio was the Minister of Niger Delta. He came. What did he do? He just walked. They tried to walk the federal road because the flood issue affecting Mbolu Junction affected the federal government road. Now, Mbolu Road was not looked into because it's federal government. They are working federal road. You know how power is being shared. I know all these normal government thing. They went to do. They went ahead to work their own federal road. I don't know if you're getting me. Then Mbolu was left behind. And now the major source of that federal road that was affected was as a result of the flood from Mbolu Road. I don't know. Then now, as a rational being, if you want to be in objectivity ground, you should have known that the problem affecting our federal road is as a result of Mbolu. So what you now do is solve Mbolu's own problem. Then your road is free. It's just more mathematics. Yes, just more mathematics. So the federal government, they came, they did their own road, they left us. We are suffering. My brother, Mbolu people, in fact, let me tell you, the rate of mosquito in Mbolu, you will not find it anywhere, any community, because Mbolu has a stagnant water. It's just like when you are living in a place close to a river, you know what you will see now, because it is a breeding ground. You know, stagnant water is a breeding ground. In fact, let me tell you something. It will be better for you to live close to a river, because the river will be flowing. It is flowing. It will be flowing. So mosquito will not be much. But the moment you're staying in a place where there is stagnant water, you face hell. As a matter of fact, you won't sleep at night. A situation whereby a community whereby we don't have light, there is a stagnant water. That means we are seeing. In fact, we are suffering. I must cry. Me personally, I'm crying. In fact, every day I have sleepless night because of this road. Because I'm saying it that from Polo to Rumawolo Junction, it's not a distance on. It's not far. I don't know if you're getting me. It's something that a government, a working government, that want to work for the people, that want to bring the dividends of democracy to the doorstep of the masses, what he will do is not to look up to this place. This place is not big. Okay, let me see how I can solve this problem once for all.
Let's take some calls. 0810-9510-951. If you're also an indigene, a resident, a citizen of Mkpoluru-Migbo, feel free to call in. Let's hear from you. Yes, good evening.
Master,
Wellington, go ahead.
you see what I'm saying? The problem is that they don't want to see what the people are asking for. They are doing what they want to do for the people. They ask for roads. They are asking for roads. As I said, you go carry back the put it up, poto. And they ask now, people they don't need to give those roads. And a young man who can put solar on that street, free for the community. Give them roads, substantial roads. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Wellington. 0810-9510-951. I also want the citizens of Mkpoluru-Migbo to call in to the program and talk. Let's hear from you firsthand. Yes, good evening.
Hello, Master. Good evening.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead.
It's Chief Solomon.
Yes, please.
Chief Postman. You see, my brother, they are maker.
Mega, today goes you way.
No, me.
Broma way.
It's not bad. I want to about the annual no CDC chairman. I think let's CDC chairman guys are no okay.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Able youth president, okay? Yeah, in a bad.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Maxwell.
Sir, I can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, this thing he's talking is a very serious, and I would like government to contract anything gutter. They should contract gutter to gutter agency maintenance. That is the only solution. You see, that is a very serious issue. They should look into that. Even all the roads, Ikwere Road, MTA Road, that I was coming back today, this afternoon. One lady with a child fell inside a gutter because the road is covered with flood. So they should form a gutter maintenance agency. That is the only solution to clean the gutter. This particular to specialize on the gutters, cleaning the gutters, make sure that all the sand inside those gutters, because why we are experiencing flood is because the gutter is no more deep. It's shallow with sand. Sand has filled it up. So the water now cannot contain the erosion. The erosion. You see, so that is why the thing is flowing up.
Thank you.
You see, so if we can form that agency, it will help. We know that if there is anything flood like that, we will now hold them responsible.
Thank you.
We ask them why. We will now understand. There we will understand the cause or the controversial of that flood.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Master.
Yes, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Honorable Chris. I thank you, guest. To tell you the truth, I'm welcome,
Okay, sir.
To tell you the truth, the money I spent to buy set inside or shit or shall to follow even the money I'm spending, I don't really know if I started calculating it in a week or in a month. It will reach to pay house rent. And the mosquito that we see in our own area here, it's just like human being. They talk, those ones they talk. Hey, I'm coming. Hey. What kind of mosquito is this? Government should do something, I beg. Government should do something. It's too much. It's too much. Malaria. Yeah, government should do something. They should start something. Let's see what they can do. They should do something. I don't know whether our government is government mosquito or community mosquito.
Thank you very much for your time. Yes, good evening, welcome. Maxwell, greetings. I've lived in Upolu years back. Maxwell, you get to see how they built on waterways, making it very difficult for water to have its way. Hardly will you see a free backyard in Upolu. Thank God, ability to. Well, the youth president said they are ready to If the government comes in and they want to break some houses, why not? All they are asking is for government to come and fix the problem once and for all. KM also says, good day, Maxwell and the guests. Let me lend my voice to the cry of the Nkpolu people again. The chiefs of Nkpolu should also visit the governor. It will be a great step to the answer to their problems. Thank you, KM Hosfall. Keep the calls coming in and messages. Yes, good evening. 0810-9510951. If you live in Nkpolu, please feel free to join the conversation. If you also have similar issue within your community, also join the conversation. Yes, good evening.
In the same league, we are rewriting the rules. Here on Today 95.1 FM.
We talk, you listen.
Hello, my people. Are you ready for an electrifying experience that would send shivers down your spine? Welcome to the thrill. Hold on tight as we dive into the hottest high life tracks that will make your pulse race and your feet move. It's not just a show. It's a musical and talk adventure that would leave you craving for more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the thrill. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. only on Today 95.1 FM.
The easiest thing in the world to have an opinion about, but it is also the hardest thing in the world to do. It's easy for everybody to say, okay, I think this is what a parent should do. When you become parents, this is what you should do. This is what you should not do. This is how you are supposed to guide your child or children. This is the way you are supposed to mold them. They're supposed to, or they will become adults who will have this type of values if you do this and that and those. When in this part of the world, when people say it takes a whole community to raise a child, now sometimes I want to agree with that statement, and then at other times I don't know exactly, because I feel that it will take the proper community to raise a proper child. Now, if the community is filled with people with low moral standards, what type of adults will be raised in that community? What type of adults will that child become in the long run? So I think that phrase, that statement has to be, we have to check it. Yes, we have to check it. We'll have to, make sure that we are on the same page with that statement. We'll have to go and add one or two things. We need to go and reshape it. It needs to be, it takes a proper community or the right community to raise the right child. So for the thrill tonight, let's have this conversation, yeah? A viral video of a 4-year-old allegedly taken to the club by her father, dancing, and this child was shabbily dressed. This video has been circulating on social media, yes? So she was dressed in the most upsetting way for a child. It's upsetting for a child to be dressed like that and then to be brought to the public. Now, not just any type of public. She was taken to a club by a man who has been said to be her father. Now, when I saw that video, I had a lot of questions, and I did ask. I'm like, okay, so have we actually checked to know if this man did he really birth this child? Like, is this a child from his loins? Because I'm terrified. I'm like, how is it possible that because what I know about fathers, and their children, especially their girls, there's this protective wall they build, around their daughters. Now, to see this man taking his child to a club, and then with the way she was dressed, it's really, really upsetting. So this child was seen dancing with, she was seen dancing, and then with the way she was dressed. The father has, however, been arrested, and netizens have asked that this child be taken away from him because this is wrong on all counts. The fact that, first off, he brought her out to the club, dressed her like that. Everybody has just been, shouting and shouting. Trust Nigerians to do the most when social media is concerned. So because of the uproar, the father has been traced and arrested. And then Nigerians have not rested. They're also saying that this child should be taken away from her father because he's apparently not fit to be a father. If he doesn't see anything wrong in dressing up his child like that and then bringing her to the public, not just any type of public, a club. Ordinarily, there's supposed to be restrictions for people under age 18. These people are not supposed to have access to alcohol. Children under age 18 are not supposed to have access to alcohol. They're not supposed to have access to certain places, nightclubs inclusive. So imagine taking a 4-year-old to a nightclub dressed like that. Guys, I don't know if you've seen this viral video, but then you take a child to a nightclub dressed like that. What is the intent? What's the purpose? So let's have this conversation tonight, and I won't need you guys to call in and tell me what you think. I have questions. First off, what measures? Because it feels like if we don't do something to stop this, it's going to continue because it is slowly but surely becoming a norm in the society. And then when people try to scold the parents, when the advice begins to roll in, solicited or not, you begin to hear the parents get defensive. You begin to hear, you cannot tell me how to treat my child. You can't tell me how to raise my child. I birthed this child, so I'm in the best position to know what is best for my child, and all of those things. So if you are insisting that you are in the best position to raise your child, okay, we are not taking away your parental rights from you. Because when you decided to have a child, when you decided you wanted to bring forth a human into this world, you probably thought about the things that you would, like to instill, the morals you'd like to instill in this child of yours. So we're not going to take away your rights, yeah. But let's look at it from an objective point of view, really. Is it really proper? Is it proper for a parent to take a child to a nightclub, an underaged child, to take a child to a nightclub dressed like that? And that's a female child, yeah. The things that child will be exposed to at such a tender age, at a time where that child is supposed to be in bed, sleeping, because there's probably school the next day. Then this child is found in a nightclub with a man who is supposed to be her father. Now let's talk. What measures can be put in place by the government to ensure that parents no longer have the liberty of taking children to bars and clubs? It's very clear. I think Nigeria has that thing where under 18, as long as you are aged 18 and below, you have no business with alcohol. You have no business being found in certain places. I know that things are changing, and then there's the whole we're becoming more digital than we're supposed to be. People are embracing the arrival of technology, and we're trying to do things differently. Basically, what is now referred to as 21st century parenting. Yeah, so there's that. But how about the morals that these children are expected to grow up with? Because the child today becomes the adult of tomorrow. Yes, I remember that as a child, one of the favorite phrases, I don't know if I think that phrase is is worn out now because I don't get to hear it so much anymore. But growing up, there was always the children are the leaders of tomorrow thing going on. Yeah, you would always hear, oh, children are the leaders of tomorrow. I think there's a song for it. I think it went parents, listen to your children, they are the leaders of tomorrow, you know. So if the leaders of tomorrow that are children now are being raised with questionable morals, what kind of adults, what kind of leaders will they become when they eventually grow into adulthood? So what exactly will the society be saturated with? Because it all starts now. At the end of the day, it all starts now. So in your opinion, what measures can be put in place by the government to ensure that parents no longer have the liberty of taking children to bars and clubs? First off, do you think there's anything wrong with it? Because, I mean, we all have our opinions, yeah? So let me know what your opinion is. Do you think there's anything wrong with parents taking their children to bars and clubs? There's the bar part too, because so those people who visit the bar, I don't think that's a place for children. This is personal, this is me. So I don't think that's a place for children either. Because what do they sell? There's usually the whole alcohol, and it's just, you know, wild music, we're dancing, we're drinking, that's it. I don't think that is a place for children. Yes. So should the government do anything to make sure that parents do not have that liberty of taking children to these places? Do you think there are things that should be done by the government to make sure that this does not continue to happen? Now, would you opine that children be taken away from parents considered unfit for parenting? So in the case of this man, this viral video trending on social media, yeah, he has been arrested, that's for one. And netizens, like I did say, that netizens are calling, they're asking that this child be taken away from him because, I mean, they have declared him unfit for parenting. They are saying he has no business being a father, so the child should be taken away from him. Now, do you agree with that sentiment? Do you think that if, you know, in a situation where a parent or parents, the parents, as the case may be, are declared unfit for parenting, like these people are not supposed to be parents because they don't have, you know, the right moral capacity to raise a child or to raise children, do you think, or do you agree that those children should be taken away from them? Now, if you agree with this one, there's another question for you. In developed countries, in more developed countries, I'm not going to take away the development part from our dear country, Nigeria. So in more developed countries, yeah, they have social services. There are foster homes, you know, foster homes that have a track record. They have a record of children who are, you know, orphans, children who are separated from their parents, and all of those things. There are foster homes where children get adopted from. We don't have such systems here in Nigeria. We don't have social services that actually offer, you know, where we have foster homes where children are taken care of and then where they can be adopted from. Yes, we have orphanages. But then how many people actually go to the orphanages to adopt? How many people really legally adopt children in this part of the world? So if you say that children should be taken away from their parents if they are declared unfit for parenting, who should take the children in? So if the children are taken away from their parents, who should now take the children in? I'm all up for your suggestions. I'm all up for your opinions tonight. So guys, hit me up and let's have this conversation. 0817 000951. 0817 000951. 0810 9510 951. Let's talk. Okay, hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Chris. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Welcome. Talk to me.
Yeah, this is a wonderful discussion. There is some people that they are not even worthy to let children in their hand to take care of. Could you believe that a child of 10 years, 11 years is still a small kid to the extent that you will see an uncle of 20, 30, 40 years in the morning. You'll be looking at that uncle to greet you first. Is that one parenting? A grown-up child of 10, 13 years. In the morning, you see they're looking at you like zombie. The way you greet, my son, good morning, my daughter, good morning, good morning. That one is good. There's some kids that the government is supposed to. And they look at this thing that you are just saying. I see some of my neighbors, they will tell me, my child, once she started crying, I gave her my phone. She would stop crying. Your phone. I deal on phones, and I deal on most of the things. I know some certain things that I saw in some parents' phones. It's not something that you carry your
children
phone.
should see.
Carry your phone. You see some of the things. You give your baby, go and play. I don't really understand how some parents, to the extent you open Facebook, open YouTube for a child of 10 years going to TikTok. Lisa, once my child started crying, once I open TikTok, I give her start watching and close watch. You, me? No, like that video that are trending. I thought that I am telling you that man needs to. I don't know what his own
reason.
Taking to that kind of a place. Even from eating places, there's a place meant for children, man. There's a place meant for an adult. Me as a Christian, and not every music I play in my house, not every place that I do go.
All right.
Because when it happens, brother, keep the change. Keep the change. 3 times, keep the change. You know what you're looking for.
Okay. So you agree that children should be taken away from such parents?
Take them away from them. They don't know how to train children.
If they take them away, where should they keep the children?
Well, government. You see people that maybe they are liable to take them to church or something like that.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Hello.
Fine woman.
Hi. Good evening.
How are you, fine woman?
I'm good, thank you. How you take no say fine?
I'm not saying fine now. They watch you online most of the times now. I'm not saying you don't know who they talk to. But this is how they download my favorite program in the night. The robot. And I don't transfer the robot, Abby.
Change is constant.
I give me joy. I don't know Wellington.
Welcome.
Wellington, I mean my name.
All right. Welcome.
All right. But the truth of the matter is, you know, I don't, when it comes to this kind of issue, it's not an issue to speak much of English. There was a day we were talking about you and talking about the new generation. I don't like that name. I think the first name from somewhere. The truth of the matter is, we don't learn from reality. There are norms, social norms, that are not supposed to be. They are not in this modern world. You were singing, you wanted to sing a song that says, children, listen to your parents.
Exactly.
We are leaders of tomorrow. Come and pay our school fee and give us quality education. Am I correct? Now, imagine a 21st century father or mother will go to a school and beat up a teacher, and send he or her community boy to go and lock an headmistress in a school to discipline the headmistress that is training a future leader for the country. Why can't you expect such modern parents to carry he or her son or daughter to club? I don't get what I'm saying. Because he lacks moral, ordinarily, he himself lacks moral. He doesn't know how to take care of situations himself. Children play on parental psychology. If you don't, your son or your daughter want to test the capability of your mental understanding to reality, They learn, their mind, their brain is like a tabla. It's open. It's open. Whatever they see, they practice. Whatever they see, they assume that for you to permit them to do is correct. It's correct. So you must segregate them. As they grow, they learn in order and they maintain orderliness. So in this part of the world, we learn fake things. And the time it took you to learn fake things, the same time, it took you to be real. So at this point in time, what we need to do first is to build an institution that controls parenting. It's a fact. It's not all about to control parenting so that for you to, you must go through some psychological process, training, counseling. That's why most of the modern church also have some counseling. And you have the capacity to handle children. No one between crying, according to one of the callers, he needs man. There are things you don't allow children. At that point, it's like their brain and their mind, they cannot carry. You say, don't worry, on to simply. Sometimes these parents even will put some channels for their children to watch. So this is, they won't dare you to watch some channels, some movies. But that's not the truth. So we have to work on our parents very well. Most of them lack the ability
to parent
what is good and bad. Give us a better music.
Thank you.
Like the robot of strong local music. God bless you, woman.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. You can send in messages to 0701-9339-962, 0701-9339-962. Let me get your thoughts on the questions. We're talking about a viral video of a father who took his daughter to a club. Yeah, so it's not bad enough. It's not just bad that he took his daughter to a club and then the way she was actually dressed. So we have issues with two things now: the way she was dressed and then taking her to a nightclub. Well, he has been arrested already, and netizens are now pushing that the child be taken away from him, that he has no business being a father. Now, so what would you say are, or what would you suggest are measures that the government can put in place to ensure that, look, parents do not have the liberty of taking their children to bars and nightclubs? Is that something you think the government should do or can do to make sure that this does not even happen? So far, I think the callers have suggested that the parents need therapy. Like, parents need therapy. That they need to be taught. They need to be told, look, you can't take children to these places. You can't take children to these places. Now, I'm aware that there is a law or something that, you know, prevents people who are not up to the age of 18 from drinking alcohol and also from being found in certain places, bars and clubs. Yes. So I'm aware that there's such a thing already. Now, when these things are violated, do you think that the bars and clubs that allow parents to bring in their children, because it's one thing for a parent to decide to take his or her child to a club or to a bar, and then it's another thing for them to get there, and then the bar or club says, no, you can't bring in these children to this bar or to this club. So a couple of years ago, I went to the cinema. I went to see a movie, and then I went in with a minor. At the time, she was a teenager already. But then, while choosing the movie, the salesperson did remind us that, okay, so there's a teenager here, and then what she did was to give us a list of movies, possible movies that this teenager would be allowed to see. Now, do you think certain restrictions should be placed in bars and clubs? Like, you know, extra restrictions should be placed in bars and clubs when it comes to, you know, what they are to allow, who they are to allow into these places? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Honorable Chris.
Welcome.
What the young man is very wrong, sure. To me, government should remove that baby from hands, not worthy to call a father or something like that. And maybe government already, there is any law to pursue them, because it's child abuse. Like here you see me, I deal on some certain things. I know if you come to my office and I see you as a kid, you're not up to 18, 19 years. I don't do business with you. Rather, I will try a way to lure your mother or your father. Because at times you see these small children, you see them with a lot of money. How do you manage to get 40,000, 20,000 to buy a food, 50, 100,000, 120 to buy a food? A girl of 15 years or 10 years. So, all I know is law to be handled the way it's supposed to be in Nigeria. You don't do business with a child of it's not up to 18 years. The law will catch up with you. But in Nigeria, all those things now, I don't really know why government things that they're supposed to do. They should focus on it. So this little kid now, why is the business going to the club? Why are you taking the kid to the club to do what inside club? Not even a rest place where you can go and eat or eating. Even eating place is not even advisable. When we are small, who are you to buy egg? I could remember when my mother sent me to an area to go and buy eggs. So sometime 90s. One of my uncles called to me and brought me back to the. In Syria, I have that very day because my parents sent me from that. Who are you? Your uncle, any uncle will see you with eggs during our own. People will say computer age. What computer age? The God of that 90s, is he not the same Chineke? Is he not the same God? Did anything change from the God? Leave them a computer age. What computer age? Love us, they came us well. We are like this now. So nothing. Love the baby, nothing will happen to him or her. He said, don't touch him, don't do this. Who told you that the child will die if you love it? If they will die, people like us will follow their lives. We now can't tell that they look love us. If not, I don't know which of the bush we are for day to day. Plug your child if he did something. You can.
All right, thank you.
I beg.
All right, one more call and then I take messages. Hello.
Good evening, Amanda.
Hello, good evening to you. What's your name?
My name is Michael.
Okay, where are you calling from?
Calling from MTA Road.
All right, welcome.
Yeah, what I want to say in this matter is, you see our law in our country, Nigeria. Our law is not just available at all. It's not strong. We don't have law in Nigeria. That's what is telling us everywhere. We don't blame children. We don't blame parents. We don't blame mothers. There's no law. The law is against somebody who go and just kill a fowl or goat. That's where our law in Nigeria belongs to.
Okay.
But if you come to where the law is supposed to exist, there's no law. Because this our country, Nigeria, is very, 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 every sector in Nigeria is very, very corrupt. Both law and everything that human beings know that will exist in this country. Everywhere is just corrupt. Everywhere is corrupt. There's nowhere to be found the law of Nigeria right now that speaking to you. There's nowhere to be found Nigerian law.
All right, thank you.
So that's the only thing I will speak to you.
Okay.
So don't blame those kids that are doing this thing. Then don't blame them. Don't blame them at all. Okay. Because they grow up that there's no law in the country and they will find their way whatever they belong to.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll take this message from Jason texting from PH. Says, okay, where does this one start? Okay, so he says, kudos to the government of that state for the arrest. We are watching to see what the authorities will do. That is if the Nigerian factor does not come into play. The owner of the club should also be called in for questions. I expect child advocacy groups, Ministry of Youth to rise up to the occasion. Things like this should not be swept under the carpet. I feel like if they follow it up, then things will definitely change. Okay, IB Taxi from PH says, this is okay, this one is in PH. I'm going to try my best to read it well. I don't want to just talk this matter because I am very weak. This man, why did he have the mind to do something like this to his daughter, to his child? Are we really sure he's even the father of that child? Well, even if he is, how could he take his child to such a place? Isn't he scared for her future? Well, these are so many questions. I agree that this child should indeed be taken away from him and be given to a more deserving parent. Okay, that one right there is from IB. I did say that would be my last call, and then the messages. Okay, let me take this last message from Phoebe texting from PH. She says, this world is going from bad to worse. Lots of things are just happening, going the wrong way. Why would something like this be happening? And then why is it that the people who were even in the club did not grab this man and start flogging him? Okay, calm down, Phoebe. He said, stop flogging him, and then somebody should have taken that child right out of that place. But then, this is Nigeria. So yes, I agree that the child should be taken away from him, and that the government should indeed do things that will prohibit or prevent parents from taking their children to clubs. Okay, that's so much I can take. Thank you guys for texting. Thank you for your calls. Yes. I did ask the question though. I said that in more developed countries, there are foster homes, they have social services. So you can't afford to take care of a child properly. You can't, a child is not safe with you. You know, there are questions around your style of parenting. Before you know it, social services will come and then they will take that child from you. Those children will be taken to foster homes and then they'll be cared for. But in Nigeria, it's unfortunate we do not have such systems in place. So what else are we going to do? Well, we'll keep trying to look out for, the best way to go about this. But then parents, please desist from anything that will be harmful. I know that we're trying to imbibe 21st century style of parenting, but please, let's call it spade a spade. Let's call the tools what they actually are. Okay, certain things are wrong in itself or in themselves. Okay, so when those things are wrong, they are wrong, then don't do them. The thrill continues at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Up next is The World Today. So I know that you do not want to touch that dial because everything beautiful will be coming your way right here on this dial. I am Amaka Felix. Thank you for doing this with me.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Please listen to this paid infomercial.
Herbal Heritage International, the Kokoroko. For herbal medicine, when they produce strong, correct medicine, they take it, they support with country health care system. Country man, correct, holistic, ogbonge herbal medicine, they know they come out for public anyhow, like a big basket. Food ground, as every Christmas have been boundary. Sickness self sabi medicine will pass them. After all, monkey smart now because tree near tree is a forest. Heritage International will use the technology of computer testing machine to see and know before attacking that your health condition. We don't become umbarumba for your life with the correct treatment. Therefore, whether definition or without definition, make you visit Herbal Heritage International. Offices way near you. Herbal Heritage International. Now you.
Hello and welcome to the program Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts. At number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. 080 33 111 946. On today's edition of the program, our topic for discussion is staphylococcal infection. And I have with me in the studio Dr. Otumba Abiodun. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Staphylococcal infections do occur in the body system when Staphylococcus bacteria enters into the body system and spread within the body system, destroying body cells. Staphylococcus bacteria are majorly of three types that can afflict men. But of these three, the most pathogenic in nature, that is the one that is capable of causing diseases easily in men, is the Staphylococcus aureus, because it is capable of invading body cells, destroying them, causing different pathological changes in the body. When Staphylococcus bacteria spread in the body system, there are a number of changes that one can experience. This can result to burning sensation within the individual, and this can be seen as fever from time to time, or a situation where there is certain hotness coming from within. There can be skin manifestations in staphylococcal infection that can be given one periodic boils or rashes all over the body. In some people, such rashes can come around the pubic region, or even leading to boils that can lead to blisters or even ulcers on the skin. It is possible for one to experience persistent headache in staphylococcal infection because the body fluid is already contaminated. Staphylococcus, as we know, is a form of bacteria. Any bacteria that is capable of spreading in the body system can lead to reactions in the body that can further damage body tissues. And when this occurs, it is possible for one to experience joint pains in form of infective arthritis. Part of this bacteria can spread deep into the tissues of the heart, affecting the valves of the heart. And when this occurs, you discover that there can be palpitation that some will start witnessing as if they have panic attack. When this is allowed to continue in the body system, it is possible for one to start getting tired easily. There are many people, by walking from one pole to another, they get tired, or by doing just something that is not supposed to be that tasking in terms of energy consumption, they discover that it's as if they don't have enough hair where they are located. All this can be as a result of weakness of the heart, resulting from infection or spread of this bacteria we're talking about. When this bacteria is able to pollute the body fluid, it is possible for one to witness mouth odor. Mouth odor is a form of changes that is called halitosis, where people will start coming up with breath coming from within that is already polluted. There is no amount of time such people wash their mouth, you discover that the breath coming out is very offensive. All this can be as a result of pollution of the body system. It is possible, if any bacteria is able to dwell so long in the body system, to contaminate the whole body fluid and even damage nerves. When nerves are damaged, there can be tiredness. Not only this, it is possible for men to suffer a lot because this can degenerate to a situation where a man is unable to stand like a real man. When a man is unable to stand like a real man, it is seen as a serious challenge because the whole family can be affected. Part of the joy of the relationship can be stolen, and this can cause different rancors in the family. A man that is unable to stand as he should can find it difficult to get arousal. The desire for opposite sex can disappear, and once that arousal is not there, that is the ignition point. It means such a man will not be able to stand like a real man. In some people, the arousal can be there, but you discover that because nerves have been damaged, the transmission from the upper center down to the power point of man, that is in between his two thighs,
can be weakened. When such occurs, you discover that such a man can even get arousal or is able to stand, but the type of standing that he has is not strong enough to help him to even get into the act. In some people, they make effort to get into the act, but you discover that they are unable to spend more than a minute or more before they are exhausted. Mind you, before a man can be called a real man, such a man must be able to have the arousal as desired and also be able to sustain the energy he has been able to gather for a considerable length of time. That is when such a man can be able to make his partner happy when it comes to man-to-woman interaction. So such men do suffer from this from time to time. It's after knowing the root cause of the challenge that one will be able to know the right step to take for one to be totally free. Whenever you experience anything that we have been able to mention or other things, it's very important for one to visit a competent health caregiver who will be able to run tests on one and pinpoint where the problem lies and proffer solution. For more enlightenment and advice, the number to call is 08033